Shalom, Israel. This is daughter of Jerusalem 7. I know y'all haven't heard that in quite a while, but I'm basically coming to you from my Yashala homeschool channel. And what I've been doing, things that have changed, updates. I just basically been taking care of my husband and my family. You know, it's a lot of things happening right now that happening with the economy and happen with this kingdom. And yes, I do homeschool. I still homeschool, and I believe in homeschooling. But I've been kind of like forced back into the workforce, and I'm not gonna say forced as far as being tight, but everybody's being tight. I mean, and it's like okay, you know, the money is inflated. The money is inflated, and I've been a homemaker up until this point, and I have had jobs when I was in the world, and you know, I'm not trying to make it in this kingdom or like be something big, you know, have some type of career goal. And I don't have a career goal. So that's basically, and when I tell people that I don't have a career goal, that's one of the things that this video is about. It's about, do black women, especially Israelite women, you know, do we need career goals? I mean, what's wrong with just being a mother? What's wrong with just being a wife? What's wrong? Why is that, you know, it's so messed up in this society that being a mother and a wife is a bad, horrible thing now. Black women as a whole shun marriage. You know, they just shun marriage. And that's wrong, to shun marriage. It's wrong on so many levels. But to look down on others that are, you know, in a marriage and a family setting, you know, and I know I sound crazy, or I'm not trying to come off as elitist, because I have had to work, you know what I'm saying, in the past. But I'm afforded the luxury of staying at home and raising my children. I would choose that over working. And with the recent changes in the economy and whatnot, you know, and I considered going back to work, because I was like, the money getting tight. The cost of food have went up. And the cost of supplies and the cost of everything else, gas, everything else. They went up 20% on our utilities and stuff. And I wanted to do more prepping. I wanted to keep homeschooling my kids. I wanted to do more prepping as far as emergency preparedness. I wanted to buy more, you know, buy more weapons, stock up on food, ammo, all that stuff. And I wanted to stock up, and I wanted to do it fast, because, you know, I feel like the shit is going to hit the fan, just like everybody else can feel it, you know. And, you know, in order for me to help my husband do those things, you know, I had to step out and get a job. And before I prayed and I asked the Lord, because I didn't know if this was the right thing for us, for me to be working outside of the home. And, you know, I asked the Lord to put me in a job that wouldn't compromise me, because when I was in the world, I had jobs that was like that I just couldn't imagine myself doing them right now. You know, wearing pants and, you know, working for Esau, building up his shit and doing all kind of stuff that's outside of a woman nature to make money. You know, I want to, you know, not saying that's wrong if you do what you have to do, but as far as like going to school and trying to further myself and build myself a career, you know, that's not my mentality anymore. you know, and that's really not my mentality. And without like, and now that I'm back in the workplace, and I asked the Most High, I asked Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, to give me a job that wasn't going to compromise me. And you know, this job, I'm helping women. I'm doing, you know, I get to work from home. I get to make my own hours. I can still homeschool, and I'm like, it's like easy money. You know what I'm saying? But regrettably, it's not a piece of cake, because I still have to deal with them at work. And when I say them, you know who I'm talking about. I'm talking about the Shedemites. I'm talking about the you know, the bitter, bold black women. And okay, so I have a job now, and you know, it's like these black women, it's like, oh, that's good, you got a job. You know, I think I told my mother or my grandmother, you know, that I was working, and they was like, that's good, you got a job, I'm so proud of you, you know, what are you doing? I'm like, what's wrong? That's not a good thing that I had to go get a job. What's wrong with y'all? What world do you live in? You know, that's like, that's a sad affair. I had to get a job, you know. And she was like, well, I mean, but to them, that's like good, you know, that's like healthy to be away from your children, you know. And I don't understand that with Israelite women, just women in this society in general. I don't understand why motherhood is shunned, why being a wife is shunned. Why do people look down on marriage? You know, why do people look down on motherhood? That's what you was put on earth for. So when I was a mother and taking care of my kids, that was the wrong thing. I'm away from my kids for like 2 hours, you know what I'm saying? Then that's a good thing, you know. That's a good thing, you know. I'm a earner, you know. And she's like, you know, so of course my mother, she's 2/3 all day. She gonna burn. It's a special place for her in the lake of fire. Cause this heifer called Child Protective Services on us last year, and I think it's a special missile just for her, and you know, Lord willing, you know, He have it just for her, for with her name on it, and I just want, you know, I just want all women like her to kind of like understand, you know, just because you weren't a mother to your children, because I feel like I have a hard time, you know, in the workplace explaining myself. It's like when a new person starts on your job, you know, I guess they want you to talk about your background and what brought you to this type of work and what type of things have you done in the past. And I've been at being a wife and being a mother, you know. And to black women, it's like a you know, it's like, that's crazy, you know. And they be like, I know they say stuff to me like, I know you're glad to be out the house. I know you're glad to be out the house. I've heard that shit so many times. I know you're glad to be out the house. And I'll be like, actually, I miss my kids. You know, I'm finna call them. You make me want to go home, you know. And that's one of the things that that triggered this upload. And it's just, they don't want husbands. They don't want to be, you know, they just want to, they're talking like this place is gonna keep going. Is they like, oh, it's, yeah, I'm going to school to get my master's degree. Or they'll say something, and then when they go around and then it's my turn, nope, I'm not going to school for anything. Oh, what are you in school? I'm not going to school for anything. I mean, they always see me reading books, and they assume that I'm in school. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to school for anything. Or, I'm not trying to get that promotion. I'm content. In fact, I don't even want to be here. So, why don't, is black women have the contentment with motherhood, or the pride in, having a feminine role? I don't know. I'm going to make another video.